There's a few seconds left in the hard point. You see that lock on the mini-map top left. That'll be
Yo, I
next.
agree with Ali, no bullshit. I kind of think fucking Ravens is gonna win this fucking series. I think OpTic is just a little bit like tilted. Not an OpTic hater. Have to point that out.
So he's got
I
to
just
work his
fucking
way
feel like
across the map to get to his
they're
team.
playing with
He
way too
could
much
help
nerves
set up
right
a
now.
pinch. That might be it.
But
There we go. He's
whoever
gonna
wins this
find a
first map's
couple
gonna win the
kills, but
series,
with
I
that
feel.
kill, you're going to see those close spawns come in for London.
And now they start to work the collapse. We'll see if they can mount the comeback. Who's going to be the first up to take the gunfight? First is there. Snap is on. 2 for Hoop. But now to Nasty's POV, we go inside, trying to finesse up top onto the balcony, and the timing is perfect. Able to catch Dashy as he is on the mantle
on
up.
donuts? What the fuck?
Now from the front door, HP finally coming back. It's 4 in a row from Nasty, so
Like,
still
look at
carrying
this.
that same streak. At 8 and 3, there's gonna be number 5. Up to 9 in
Shit
this
is
one. Getting close
drenched.
to streaks, to scraps. We now
I'm actually kinda tilted one side.
able to recenter pretty well, but can't take the fight.
Yeah, but this is actually exactly what you want. You're going to get the cruise missile now. Is Nasty. My man is in form right now. But the spawns with 10 seconds left. OpTic all the way across the map, setting up at P4 again. So for London, I mean, you're only down 11. Now you have the early setup. Things are looking good.
Considering like the break, right? Like you feel pretty good. You feel like it was a time for maybe OpTic Texas to run away with it, but you were still hanging around. Pollux through in the flank. The shots are on point. Teammate picking up one as well. Now looking for the cut. If they find one in water, and they'll be the trade. Hoop did take down 2 before he dropped. But basically a tie game as of now. It's just a game of multi-kills right now. As Ghosty lights it up. That's all 4. 2 for Ghosty, 2 for Dashy. The nade takes down 1 for London. But you get a squad wipe there for Texas.
And I mean, you just saw the way that London was playing. They hopped off of that hill. They had to pick up all the different routes. They were worried about an individual play coming in. And I mean, there was some good reads, but the kills go the way of OpTic. Use the cruise, but still just so back and forth. Finally, maybe what, a 15-point lead getting the other way up OpTic. But over at P5, London inside now just waiting. I mean, slang-wise, you're right there with them as Nasty's going off.
I mean, you got, what, a minute and a half off the clock. It's been a lot of contested time or people not in the hard point. Hasn't been a ton of clean time. Very, very back and forth thus far. Who's going to be the first one to really lock down a Money Hill and maybe start to build upon a lead? In position right now is Ravens. First fight, though, it's a nice pick there from Dashy, putting Pollux on skates and able to win it. But Jassim through on the flank, that's going to get picked up. It's Ghosty outside that's able to deal with it. Nasty, still finding kills, though. He is finding them in flurries.
And there we go, they're able to find all 4. And I mean, honestly, just props to London because they're playing this a little bit differently where they're so worried about some of these routes, they're only leaving one player on the objective or sort of getting off of it. And then they're almost playing like a retake like you would see in Search, just so that you know where all of the players from OpTic are. So after our first, set at hard points, it's still an even game, very back and forth.
Any big adjustments you think needed on either side? Everyone just kind of feeling each other out for now.
I mean, I think it's just who's going to have that first hold. No one has really been able to lock it down.
Well, OpTic really wanting to get a map 1 victory here to get the tides turning and get the wheels in motion. Let's get to a listen in now with OpTic Texas.
By the way, on the bridge dead. He's somewhere close caution. I was saying, but you might be water hop or some shit. Yeah, he flanked me, guys. They're spawning on water. They're spawning on you guys. Or deep in cut, I mean, deep in cut. You block when you spawn, Tyler?
Yeah, I spawn here. Right in the middle of me. Hide up.
P3 dead.
I have middle.
Yo,
listen,
one
guy's
our bridge
hop.
The swimming thing is so stupid.
Our bridge hop in time.
Yeah, he's going hot.
I hit him with the nade. Yeah, I set him. Set him. I'm gonna go watch.
Nice,
Hold. You should hold here. You spawn out.
Oh, you spawn out? Oh shit. We gotta back up. We gotta back up. We have to kill Cliff.
Wait, Asim's gonna spawn here.
Yo, scrap top window. Top window P3.
Wait, you spawn here? Okay, we're good. Yo, one guy top dome.
They're gonna spawn.
You know about ocean or side hill?
Side hill dead. One more top dome.
Where are you spawning?
I spawn our P5 right now. I don't see shit.
I'm gonna push this out. Sit down.
I'm premium top dome. I don't see anything. Top dome right side.
I picked up low left. Nothing here. Wait, yo, one guy's outer on me. Deep outer.
I'm holding on.
I'm playing my life. We gotta play more passive on the left.
Right back to it. Still a very similar scoreline. Joe, what do you see throughout the listen in?
I mean, honestly, nice rotation, but even in the comms, right, you're not really hearing too much small talk from what we normally do here from an OpTic team. Not really calling out names, but we'll see Nasty now with the cruise, going to go for it. He's going to find the kill. That is going to be 3 dead. That is going to be the spawns over to London. They used the streak to get onto the hill now, and now still only a 10-point lead for OpTic. That is being erased, and London now in control.
Yeah, you had about, 35, 40 seconds left on the hard point when the streak comes in. Let's see if they can turn this all into time on the top row. It's going to be a scene. Can't quite win it as the bunny hop and the shot's not going to ring true. He will fall, and now over to Nasty we go. He's been the hot hand. He's a positive 10 right now, 20-40 already on the board for Nasty. You talked about his change disposition, how well he's been playing. A big part of why they're currently in the lead.
Yeah, now in the lead. Now, finally, I think a chance for OpTic. Obviously, that streak is on here to get set up here at this third hill. And Ghosty's the key here. In this position, he's blocking those back hut spawns.
Like, you have to play extremely well on Hydro in order to, like, chain hills. Because you either have to hit from the front or and just outslay him in the back.
Almost finds the second, but Shotzi would have kicked to the face.
Or you have to get control of back spawns, but only for like half a minute, and then you have to rotate before them, and you already have back spawns. So it's like, the map you almost have to play perfectly in order to really get a big lead.
Trying to go big. And now, we heard the comms from Texas. You said not a ton of small talk, not a lot of names. I want to hear how Ravens are trying to deal with it on their side. Let's go to a listen in with London Royal Ravens.
Yeah. Get this.
Yeah, good money. Sim, we're all spawning out. We're all spawning out. He's absolutely free. One shot. He's on the right. He's absolutely dead. Nice. They can spawn behind me. Actually,
you can go.
I spawn.
He's spawning behind us.
Matt, cut that. We're looking for one.
It should be fun on corners back there, bro. Just hold the fucking aim. Hold no trigger.
I tried stunning him.
No kill him. I'll spawn out Jenna.
Listen, play left for the back.
Damn!
It's going to be P2. Pull punch, turn around. I spawned out P1.
Out of window.
Got that headshot multiplier too.
Play kills.
Who's going shot? Oh, well, first getting shot.
No,
Even when he's one shot, he's like, fuck it.
They're all going
dead on me, be done. Nice, I play my life. Let's go, bro.
It's fine.
I'm winning out, bro. He's mid alley. Nice, that's him. Lumi ruins, I'll be close, red.
It's a big 25.
Alex has gotten 2 big kills on fucking Shotzi on that point.
Nice. They're spawning out. Never mind. Actually, I don't see that. The rest spawn out front.
Yeah, get that scrap. Push them in.
Got a scrap.
Keep up, guys. I'll bump you. Go. Go, Matt, go.
Remember, I'm
Take
gonna
our
help
time
you
with this break. Get a kill. Take our time.
Oh, yeah, their comms sound way better now.
One thing I really liked her, and I think it was Nasty to Paul, it was just like, straight up, you're going to get pinched for P2, turn around. And you just saw him snap, get the kill, but the comms were great, and you dealt with that early pressure from Shotzi. You know, he gets that first one-on-one, but you deal with it.
No, 100%. I really like that listening from London. Now they have around a 30-point lead. Now it's OpTic's turn with this hold at P5.
I will talk about
you're calling out names, and let's listen.
I'll talk about like the difference of fucking comms and
chaotic as
OpTic
always, just with the
Ravens
spawns,
after
with the water
the map's
so
over.
yes, there was some chaos in the comms, but very nice out of London. They still have a bit of a lead, but this has been a nice early P5 hold from OpTic.
And those gunfights at the railings, we know, are literally the worst. As both players trying to deal with no aim assist. It's Hook that's hopefully able to take it, but then Asim will rally in. He was maybe trying to pick up attack, couldn't quite get him before he dropped. Now to Shotzi, the finesse, the dance is on. His 2 will drop to him.
Heck, no one's able to like chain hills on this map like until like the very end when they have to come back.
We continue into the match.
Well, that's what I've been seeing a lot in this Elo. Like the game's even, and then they like chain this middle hill and the back hill always.
They have the lead, and over at P1 you have
like
some split
fucking
spawns
weird.
that come on through. Scraps just trying to stay
I never
alive.
had to do it before.
Top cliff, just waiting for his teammates. I think Shotzi.
That's fucking
maybe
trolly.
was he seen by Nasty? I'm not 100%
Horrible
sure.
POV.
But it's gonna be a big water fight. We're gonna have a water fight. Shotzi's under him with the pistol. The fans are loving it. I hate it, but it is what it is. On the hill though.
He swam under him. He swam over him, bro.
I don't even think he saw him. He just swims right over him. Just getting into
Fuck, it's
the
fucking
depths.
Nemo versus Nemo under there.
Shotzi, he was able to make the play, but
this is
on the action
big time, bro.
Able to snap out, wins it, tries to hit the pre-fire. Still at the box, will be scrapped. Nate will reposition him. The fight continues, and finally Dashi with 8 HP able to do it. But Joe, what do you see on the minimap?
I mean, that's great, but the spawns go the way of London for this P2, so now they are set up. The game is in their hands. You're going to rely here on a break for OpTic. Shotzi, well, of course, he's going on the route. Might have one, and he does. This is what Shotzi does in these moments. Almost finds the third. That's
That would have been huge.
Still give London spawns so they can take a breather for now.
Like, what's going on? It's like Call of Duty campaign.
C continues. It's 5 in a row for Dashi, up to 6. Has a cruiser. Now he's going to call it in. Will there be a trophy? Will the info help? Will it hit? Bang! not going to connect. The seam's going to be able to stay up. Will the information be good enough for OpTic Texas to get in? It's a flurry of gunfights to the hard point. Ghosty doesn't even know what he's shooting at. But it's an aim
that's
from
a big time.
that's able to take out two.
Oh, and OpTic spawns in the back. Oh, wait, now they spawn. What the fuck? That should not be happening.
Mostly it's on shots.
They should be
spawning.
Yeah, but the nasty alpha spawn with
that's
the
because they didn't have control of the hill.
He takes down two, but the spawns are here for OpTic.
London gotta go. Oh, actually no. Fucking London could get all this time. Yeah.
A wonderful job.
They only put him 4 seconds off.
Gonna find the rest of the scrap time. Only gonna be around 4 seconds away from
this is
stealing
big, bro.
Number one is the slaying is one-sided right
I would just
now.
fly on the hill right now, bro. No bullshit.
35 kills. 4 more
4 seconds.
For London.
That's only 4 seconds right there. He could have had. That guy in the front could have turned away.
For now, they are inside.
Yeah, but no, but they're playing it good.
Needed. For Ravens, the team kill comes in. The
it's
opposite of what you need when it comes to perfection.
Oh, it's
now
over.
into the point go Royal Ravens. Things are falling apart.
Oh,
it's
shit, yeah.
needed, and Ravens shut it down as Scraps is roaring.
Damn. How did OpTic control that? That's just a very back and forth game. Not really much to break down there. It always comes down to those fucking final fucking 2-3 hills.
Here on day number 2.
Every single time. Comes down to P1, P2, P3.
They are showing it here.
All the time.
But I mean, even just going back to that listening, like there was just like moments of like silence, right? Like what's open, what are we watching? There was a lot of these things that weren't being communicated between them.
Yeah, and it's rare that like you go to a listen and things are perfect, right? Like especially a map like this, you kind of highlighted it can be very
fucking
chaotic,
nasty, bro.
You just overall felt.
So the difference in London's comms, OpTic's comms, it felt like everyone was contributing to London's comms. Like everyone was calling out shit, small talking, everyone saying do this, do that. Are you watching this, watching that? You go on OpTic's comms, Hook's like speaking for people, like just like obviously it's nice to have a commander of comms, bro, but everyone's got to contribute to some bit. Everyone has an important part to say. Where you're spawning all the time. Someone shouldn't have to ask you where you're spawning all the time. You should be calling out where you spawn when you spawn. Like I thought that was like just like a thing. Like someone should have to be asking you again and again, where'd you spawn? Like I need to know, because like those things are important. They help you. So like just off of that alone, everyone should be contributing to fucking comms. Just calling out where you spawn. That's a big in this game. Like it dictates a lot. But yeah, like that's how it is in the past. Like, you know, you saw in the past like their comms in the in like the major qualifiers, you just saw fucking Ghosty commanding like the comms. I thought their comms when they went to like the listen in on Embassy were like pretty good, but like just like way too frantic. But like then it felt like more people were talking in the comms, but this one it just felt like some people were just like teed in more to the game and not focus on calming. But comms are important no matter what situation you're in, and like London's comms were calm and everyone was contributing. Like they weren't phased at all.